Check 1 2, test 1 2 3, check 1 2. And good afternoon and welcome to Lexington, South Carolina and Lexington County Baseball Stadium for Day 2 of the Spartan Southern Classic. I'm John Schwartz, bringing you play-by-play coverage as the second day begins with a rematch from the doubleheader yesterday. It'll be Roger Williams University, who won both games of the doubleheader, walking off 9-8 in the first game and then picking up an 11-8 victory in the second game. They now stand at 3-1 on the season. And Case Western Reserve University 4-5 on the year after the two losses and looking to bounce back here today. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get you the starting lineup for both teams, beginning with the batting order for Roger Williams University. Top three the same. It'll be Joey Galino playing left field and batting leadoff, Chris Bosco catching and batting second, and Brandon Jenkins, who had the walk-off two-run double in yesterday's first game, will be in the 3 spot. Eli Camner playing center field and batting fourth, followed by Ben Bonavita, the freshman, playing right field and hitting fifth. Tyler Cedeno, the third baseman, in the 6th spot. Anthony Dominguez playing second base and batting seventh. Noah Keefe in the lineup as the DH today. He'll be batting eighth. And then Tommy Hoban, the shortstop, in the 9 spot. Tyler Brett on the mound. We'll tell you more about him in the bottom of the inning when he takes the hill. Defensively for Case Western Reserve, over at first base is Benjamin Stawicki. At second base, Rocco Ma. Shortstop is Jacob Lott, and the third baseman is Jacob Kusha. In the outfield, Jake Ryan in left field. Center fielder is Samuel Neal, and in right field is Cole Jarrett. Doing the catching, Tyler Whippazinski, and on the mound, the freshman Willem Boma, who will be making his first career start after 2 really solid appearances out of the bullpen earlier in the year. Boma on the year 1-0, yet to allow an earned run or a run of any kind for that matter. Through those 2 appearances, he's thrown a total of 5 innings, giving up just 4 hits, no walks, 2 strikeouts, opponents hitting .235 against him. And we'll see today if his success out of the bullpen translates to a success as a starter, as the freshman just about set to get going here. So Boma will face the top of the order. Gulino, Bosco, and Jenkins due up for Roger Williams. Boma, a tall right-handed pitcher, a freshman out of Washington, D.C., Woodrow Wilson High School, 6'6", 202 pounds. The frame of a basketball player in a baseball player's body here, or baseball player's, I guess, well, you get what I mean there. Off to a flying start already here today as Boma takes the hill. Joey Galino into the batter's box. Right-handed batter, batting at .400 on the year. He's 6 for 15. First pitch swinging, sends in the air deep towards center field. Neal chasing back in right center, makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out. So a quick one retired there for Boma.
For the Hawks, the catcher, number 22, Chris Bosco.
And the batter now will be Chris Bosco, the catcher. Bosco, a .333 hitter, 5 for 15. Roger Williams really bolstered some of those hitting numbers yesterday. Big offensive day as first pitch changeup taken for a called strike. 0-1. Nice pitch there for Boma. The 0-1. Fastball, a little bit outside. 1-1. Bosco, seeing him now for the second year here at the Spartan Southern Classic, and he is a really talented player. Takes that one a shade up high, and the count goes to 2-1. Michael Stone, the home plate umpire today. Richie Talent, who was in the field for Game 1, behind the plate for Game 2 yesterday, back out in the field here for the third game of the tournament. A little cut to that fastball, swung on and missed at, and the count goes even at 2-2. 2-2, 1 out, base is empty. Boma winds and delivers. And that one foul tip back. Whip might have taken the brunt of that one and seems to be fine. Tyler Whippazinski, the catcher, came out of the game a little bit early yesterday. Was certainly taking a few licks behind home plate. One of those games that all catchers know well. But was not hurt or anything, just getting a little rest. Another fly ball to center field and another opportunity for Samuel Neal on the 2-2 pitch. And he makes the catch for the out. And they're 2 quickly retired on a pair of fly balls to center.
For Roger Williams, the first baseman, number 34, Brandon Jenkins.
So Willem Boma, chance to work a quick inning here. Will face the lefty, Brandon Jenkins. Only left-handed hitter in the lineup for Roger Williams. Jenkins hitting a 133, but his 2 hits this year were both impactful and came in the first game yesterday as he takes the first pitch outside for a ball, 1-0. One was a double off the fence down the right field line as the 1-0 swung on. Chopper hit towards first. Fielded there by Stawicki, who takes it to the bag himself and tags it for the out. We'll tell you more about Jenkins the next time he comes up, I guess, about the day he had yesterday. But it's a quick 1-2-3 inning for Willem Boma, the freshman. Certainly a little breadth of relief there for the Spartans, who were rocked in the first inning in both games yesterday. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. Bottom of the first inning coming up, and the Spartans will come to bat for the first time today, and let's go ahead and get you that batting order. Leading things off will be the second baseman, Rocco Maw. Jake Ryan, the left fielder, hits second, and Jacob Kusha in the 3 spot. Tyler Wipazinski catching and batting fourth, followed by Benjamin Stawicki, the first baseman, in the 5 spot. Designated hitter Trey Armstrong hits sixth in the lineup today, followed by the right fielder Cole Jarrett. Samuel Neal, the center fielder, in the 8th spot, and then Jacob Lott, the shortstop, will bat 9th. For Roger Williams around the infield, it's Brandon Jenkins at first. Second baseman is Anthony Dominguez. Shortstop, Tommy Hoban, and the third baseman is Tyler Cedeno. Really good defensive day all around yesterday for those infielders for Roger Williams. In the outfield, left fielder Joey Galino. Center fielder is Eli Kamner, and the right fielder is Ben Bonavita, who was the DH in both games yesterday. Doing the catching, Chris Bosco, and on the mound is Tyler Brett, who will be making his first appearance on the mound this season. We did see him yesterday come in the 9th inning of the second game as a defensive replacement at short. Brett is a senior out of Hebron, Connecticut, RHAM, the high school he attended. 6'2", right-handed pitcher. And we'll get the start here today against the Spartans after we saw 2 freshmen get starting appearances for Roger Williams in the first 2 games of the series between the 2 teams during the doubleheader yesterday. Williams warming up here as the Spartans get ready to hit. Brett last season played in 8 games, was 0-2 with a 5.01 ERA through 32 1/3 innings. Did strike out 25 batters. Started 6 games the year before and was 2-2 with a 4.72 ERA.
Leading off the ball game for Case Western Reserve, the second baseman, number 29, Rocco Maw.
And we'll see what he can do here today against the Case Western Reserve lineup that really swung the bats well yesterday, but was all for naught in a pair of losses. Maw started off the second game yesterday with his first home run of the season. Has his average up to a team-high 313 now and swings the first pitch there, lines it into right field, and it's a base hit. Well, you could tell Rocco is really starting to feel it at the plate. I believe he had 5 hits yesterday between the 2 games and starts this one off with another one as he continues to get back into the form we saw him at last year after a bit of a slow start to his season. Now Jake Ryan to the plate. Tough day yesterday for Ryan. His average dipped from 296 down to 250 as he takes that down low for a ball, 1-0. But again, Ryan, a guy who was red hot when the Spartans played Oglethorpe last week, or I should say, not last week, 2 days ago. Seems like about a week ago now. Throw down to first, try to get Maw, but nothing doing there. Rocco has stolen 4 bases on 5 attempts this season. Threat out there. He led the team in stolen bases last year, stole 26 on 27 attempts. Down low for a ball, 2-0. Rocco's got good speed at first, but he's a good base stealer, more so than being a very fast guy. Not running there. Is that one taken a little inside, 3-0. Awfully close. Now the 3-0. Brett settles in on the hill with a runner on at first. Nobody out. The 3-0. See if Ryan gets the green light. He's holding up there and takes the pitch for a called strike, 3-1. And we did see Jake Ryan hit a 3-0 home run against Oglethorpe on Sunday. 3-1 count. Let's see if Ma is moving from first base here. Not running. Pitch swung on, lifted in the air, down the line and right. Tailing foul and out of play. And we'll get out. So the count now full, 3-2. Three-two pitch on the way. Brett from the stretch, rocks and delivers. Runner goes, the pitch swung on, grounded through the vacated hole at second base and into center field. It's a base hit. Going into third base is Rocco Ma. Pulling in at first with a base hit is Jake Ryan. And, you know, it's not a true hit and run, but if you were dialing up how to execute a hit and run, that's pretty much how you want to do it. Good base running by Ma. He would have broken up the double play either way, which was a good start, but the second baseman had moved, that's Dominguez, had moved towards the bag, and while the ball wasn't hit that far away from him, his momentum was moving in the opposite direction, so by the time he was able to adjust, he couldn't get back to field the ball. Jacob Kusha out at the plate, takes a first pitch strike, and the count goes to 0-1. Kusha hitting at .250 on the season, trying to get things going at the plate. Taken outside, 1-1. Kusha's average right now is kind of yo-yoing. He had a strong first weekend, settled back down a little bit over the next couple of games, then picked it back up again. Really tough to judge how well a guy is hitting this time of the year based on average. It's down and in. 2-1. All the sabermetricians out there would hate this, but you really do get the feeling right now that it's more of a sight thing at this point in the year. You know, you could tell when a guy is swinging the bat well based on how hard he's hitting it. Sometimes guys just get unlucky, and that's enough to send your average down. There's a rocket into left field, base hit for Kusha. And that will drive in the first run of the game as Maul comes in to score from third. An RBI single for Kusha. And it's a 1-0 Case Western Reserve lead on 3 straight hits to start the ball game. So 2 on now with nobody out for Tyler Whippazinski. Whip batting at .242 on the season. Kusha leads from first, Ryan from second. First pitch to Whippazinski. Swings and fouls it off, got jammed a little bit there. And the count goes to 0-1. Whip has started all 10 games now behind home plate for the Spartans. Got his first break of the season yesterday. Came out in the middle of the game. Pitch in the dirt. Runners will try to move up. Throw goes to third. Not in time. Both batters move up on a wild pitch there. Kusha the second. Ryan to third. Count goes to 1-1 on Whippazinski, and now a base hit makes this a 3-0 ball game. Whippazinski, 1 home run to go along with a double and triple among his 8 hits this season. 1-1 on the way. Inside, 2-1. On the way to Whippazinski. Outside, 3-1. Well, with first base open here, while certainly with no outs, you don't want to give yourself any more traffic to deal with. If you're Tyler Brett here, you cannot serve a pitch up to Whippazinski, 3-1. Stay aggressive with your other pitches besides the fastball. Does give him a fastball there, and Whip fouls it off, 3-2. That inside fastball has been a pretty good weapon in this at-bat so far. Brett's got a pair of foul balls on that. Now the 3-2 offering coming up. Brett's 17th pitch of the inning, still looking for his first out. 3-2 on the way. Outside, ball 4. Whipzinski draws the walk. So nobody out, bases loaded. 1-0 Spartans leading, and Benjamin Stawicki will be the batter. Stawicki, the first baseman, saw brief action in yesterday's game in the second inning, tried to score from second on a play, and was thrown out at the plate. Did not slide into home plate, came in instead, tried to knock the catcher over. No malicious intent, and what probably a couple years ago, as Stawicki swings and misses on that, would have been considered a hard-nosed baseball play, is something that for a while now in college baseball has been made illegal, and now on the major league level has been as well, at least for the most part. But that is an automatic ejection. You miss a second game as well. So we saw Stawicki for 2 innings yesterday, and then his day was done. Back in the lineup here trying to get his season going. He's batting at .240. No home runs, 2 runs batted in. He had over 400 last year in limited plate appearances. The sophomore takes that one down low, 2-1. Stawicki out of the Aurora, Ohio area. A little bit southeast of Cleveland. Brett trying to work his way out of some trouble, but behind in the count, 2-1, make it 3-1. And Stawicki now can really be selective at the plate here. 3-1. Bases loaded, nobody out. Brett's got to throw him something to hit here. 3-1 pitch on the way. Swung on, lifted in the air, foul territory. It'll get out of play, and the count goes full again, 3-2. So full count, nobody out, bases loaded, 1-0 Spartans leading. Bottom of the first. Brett comes set, rocks, delivers the 3-2. On the outside corner, it's a called strike 3. And that is the first out of the inning. So Brett gets his first out, bases still loaded, still 1 away, but now a double play can get Brett out of some trouble here as Trey Armstrong comes to the plate. Trey Armstrong batting at .250 on the year, 7 for 28, 1 home run, 3 runs batted in. By the way, great baseball name. Down and out for a ball, 1-0. Chopper hit towards the short. It could be 2 if they hurry. Over to second for 1. Back on to first. Not in time. Armstrong beats it out. A run comes in to score, and it's 2-0. Good hustle down the line for Trey Armstrong. Whipzinski out on the play. Kusha moves to third. Ryan in to score. It's an RBI for Armstrong, and it's a 2-0 lead for the Spartans. Well, if you're Brett here, all of a sudden, again, you can get out of this frame without any further damage. That's a pretty good job after a rocky start. Cole Jarrett stands in his way of that. Jarrett hitting at .200 on the season. Takes that down low for a ball, 1-0. Jarrett picked up 3 hits over the 2 games yesterday, 3 for 15. Three for 15 overall on the season, that is. Came into the day yesterday 0 for 7. Freshman out of Baltimore, Maryland. Called strike on the outside corner, 1-1. See with a strike now if Armstrong over at first goes in motion here. Not running yet, and that one catches the inside corner for a strike, 1-2. This is one of those situations where you may want to put Armstrong in motion now. Yet to attempt to steal this year. But with a 2-strike count, runners on first and third, might not hurt to let him go and see what happens. Knowing that, Brett checks him back at first base. Armstrong dives back in ahead of the throw. See if Trey can get a good secondary lead here. He's a little close to the bag right now. Not going, and the pitch just misses. 2-2. Inside, and it hit him. So Cole Jarrett hit with a 2-strike pitch. And that will load the bases back up and bring Sam Neal to the plate. He had himself a nice day yesterday.
For the Spartans, the center fielder, number 6, Samuel Neal.
Neal began the day yesterday with a 133 batting average. He got that up to 250 by the end of the game. Or by the end of the 2 games, I should say. 1 home run, 4 RBIs on the season for Neal, and a chance to drive in a few here. First pitch to Neal. Swings and foul tips it back. 0-1 the count. Well, Roger Williams will get their bullpen up and working early here. Outside, 1-1. Number 36 out there, Ethan Klein. 1-1 the count. Brett trying to get out of the inning without any further damage. Misses outside there, though. It's 2-1. 3 straight hits for the Spartans to start the game. Singles from Ma, Ryan, and Kusher. Whippazinski drew a walk. 2-1 on the way. Outside, 3-1. No place to put Neal here. "35th pitch of the opening inning coming from Brett. Swing and a miss, and that'll be strike 2. So full count, 3-2, and the merry-go-round will be in motion with the bases loaded and 2 away. Kusher, Armstrong, and Jarrett will all get early starts. 3-2, 2 outs. Brett takes a deep breath, comes set. Here's the payoff pitch. Up high, ball 4, and that will bring across a run. An RBI walk for Neal, his 5th RBI of the season, and that makes it a 3-0 game. So the base is still loaded, and now the 9-hitter, Jacob Lott, to the plate. Lott hitting at .222 on the year, 8 for 36. Has 1 extra base hit, a double. And trying to really blow this game open early. Swings and chops that one. Third base. Cedeno charges, sets his feet and throws to first on target for the out. And that ends the inning, but the Spartans bring across 3 during the frame. We will move along into the second, and it's 3-0, Case Western Reserve leading. It will be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters against Willem Boma, Kamner, Bonavita, and Cedeno due up when we return. Welcome back. Freshman Willem Boma working with a 3-run lead as he begins his second inning of work. Had a pair of flyouts and a ground out. In the first inning, needed just 9 pitches, 6 strikes to get through the frame. And we'll face the 4, 5, and 6 hitters for Roger Williams in the second. Kamner, Bonavita, and Cedeno. Kamner getting the start in center field for the 3rd time in as many games. His 5th start overall this year. Through 5 games for Roger Williams. 6 for 15 to start the campaign, hitting at 400, including a 3-run home run early in yesterday's second game. Chops the first pitch, foul down the third base side, and he falls behind 0-1 against Boma. Boma, the tall righty. Going to be a really good pitcher, it appears, for Case Western Reserve as he takes a little bit off of that one for a called strike, 0-2. When you're his size, again, Boma listed at 6'6", might be a shade taller than that, to be honest. When you're his size, it doesn't take much. I should say you don't need as much velocity behind your pitches to throw a hard baseball. And what do I mean by that? Well, when you have long arms and when you're a little bit taller and when you can stride a little bit further, your release point is a little bit further out in the mound than a shorter pitcher's would be. The 1-2 on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. First strikeout of the game for Boma. As Kamner is retired, and that'll bring up Ben Bonavita, who's hitting at 714 on the year. Has started the last 3 games now, going 5 for 7. Also had 3 walks in the opening game of the doubleheader yesterday. Back to Boma a bit here, and talking about that stride that he has. And you can see with Willem, he takes a big stride forward as the count goes to 1-0 on Bonavita. But that allows that release point to be a little bit further. The ball gets on the hitter a little bit quicker as that's hit hard up the middle. And boy, Bonavita continues to hit well. And he'll be on first with the first base hit of the game for Roger Williams. So while he may not throw as hard as someone who might be a little smaller than him, he essentially gains perceived velocity because he's able to get that, the pitch and release it a little bit further out. It gets on the hitter a little bit quicker. So the time from the moment the ball leaves his hand to the moment it hits the catcher's glove might be the same as let's say a 90-mile-an-hour fastball or an 88-mile-an-hour fastball, even though he might only be throwing it at 82, 83. Down low on the first pitch to Cedeno, a 333 hitter on the year. Bonavita takes his lead off at first. And the one thing you have to be wary of a little bit if you're Boma here is that one grounded towards first and through for a base hit. Turning the corner at second, headed for third is Bonavita. Here comes the throw, and it's not in time. Bonavita going first to third. Cedeno with the base hit, and now 2 on, 1 away. Here in the top of the second inning for Roger Williams. I was going to say what you have to be careful of, and I haven't seen enough of Boma to really judge it yet. Sometimes the taller a pitcher is, the one issue that you have is that it's sometimes tougher to hold runners on. Reason being it takes a little bit longer sometimes to get to the plate as Anthony Dominguez fouls back the first pitch. Dominguez batting at 250. Infield at double play depth here. Kusha playing back at third and would gladly give up a run for a chance to turn 2 here. Now he takes a few steps in along the edge of the grass. Down and out for a ball, 1-1. Runner goes, the pitch taken, throw down to second, plenty of time, and thrown out trying to move up is Cedeno, 2-4 on the caught stealing. And that's the second out of the inning. Good job by Whippazinski there, who continues to mow down runners. One of the best in Division III behind the plate defensively. So now 2-1, 2 outs, runner at third for Dominguez. Bowman delivers the 2-1. Breaking ball a little low. 3-1. See what Bowman comes with here. Three and one, 2 away. Looks like a change up for a called strike. Full count, 3-2. Fastball inside, swung on and missed that, strike 3. And that will end the inning. No runs, 2 hits, a runner left on base. We'll move along into the second. Top of the order up for the Spartans. Ma, Ryan, and Kusha when we return. New pitcher on the mound for Roger Williams as we get set to begin the second inning. Day is done for Tyler Brett, and taking over will be Ethan Klein, the sophomore righty, 6'1", making his season debut. Pitched in 7 games last season, went 1-0 with a 3.12 ERA. Totaled 8 2/3 innings and struck out 4. Out of Hyde Park, New York, and what else would you expect a Hyde Park high school to be named but Franklin D. Roosevelt High School? Of course, the home of the former president, Hyde Park, New York. Klein will get an opportunity here against the top of the Spartans order in the bottom of the second as his first pitch skips in the dirt to Rocco Ma. Ma singled on the very first pitch of the game, came around to score a run in the first inning. Has his average up to .333 now. The 1-0 to Ma. Outside, 2-0. Casey McConney working the Fitbit today, trying to get a few extra steps in, chasing down a foul ball behind home plate. 2-0. 3-0. Well, you know Ma has a green light, 3-0. Anytime he wants it. 5 career home runs against Roger Williams for Ma. Make it 6. That one hit deep to left field, way back at the wall. Oh, no, that's going to stay in on the warning track. I thought that one was gone off the bat. Just a little short as the catch is made in left field by Gulino, as he was swinging on 3-0, and that'll be the first out of the inning. Ball hung up there just a little bit. But I'll tell you, off the bat, I thought that was long gone. So now that'll bring up Jake Ryan. First pitch taken low for a ball, 1-0. Ryan hitting at .270. He singled and scored a run in the first. Pops it up behind home plate. Back to get it, Bosco. Still searching for it and can't make the grab. No error on the play, but certainly a ball that Bosco could have had there. Now the 1-1. Ryan rockets that one deep into left field. Coming over is Galino, but it lands in front of him. And Ryan will pull into first base with his second hit of the game. Well, after cooling off a shade yesterday, Ryan seems to be back in full form. He has a pair of hits to start the game. Fourth hit of the day for Case Western Reserve, and there's a runner on at first with one away in the frame for Jacob Kusha, who singled in a run back in the first inning. Kusha has his average up to 273. They check Ryan at first. He dances back. Klein now comes set, working with the runner on for the first time today. Delivers down and out for a ball. 1-0. Ryan has attempted one steal this season, and it was successful. 1-0 on the way to Kusha. Fastball outside, 2-0. Kusha takes a strike there. Might have been taking all the way. Either way, ahead in the count, 2-0. Probably not a pitch you want to take a cut at. So 2-1 now the count on Kusha with a runner at first and one away in the bottom of the second. Spartans are leading 3-0 over Roger Williams. Down and out, 3-1. Tyler Whippazinski waiting out on deck. Ryan takes a lead from first. Line drive up the middle, base hit. Kusha with his second hit of the game. Ryan stops at second, and there'll be two on with one away now. Spartans now with 5 hits, and they've all come out of the top 3 batters in the order. Ma, Ryan, and Kusha combined 5 for 6 now in this one. We'll see if some of the guys that follow them can get it done. This is Tyler Whippazinski, who walked in his first at bat. First pitch to Whip. Down and out for a ball, 1-0. Ryan at second, Kusha at first, one away. Chance for Case Western Reserve to add on here in the second inning. Back-to-back hits for Ryan and Kusha. Klein's 1-0 on the way. 2-0. Whippazinski, the senior, out of Lamont, Illinois, has been a starter the majority of his career and developed into one of the better defensive catchers behind home plate, and certainly can put a sting into baseball at the plate, too. 2-0, and Klein steps off the mound. Two-0 pitch. That one sent in the air. Center field shallow. Charging in, and drops into the Bermuda Triangle out there. So a little bloop single for Whippazinski. Everyone moves up a bag. And the bases are now loaded with one away. And Benjamin Stawicki will be the batter. So Stawicki will come to bat with the bases loaded for the second time today. Struck out looking back in the first, was the first out of the first inning. One out here and the bases are loaded. Ryan at third, Kusha at second, Whippazinski over at first. Infield pinched in at the corners. Back in the middle infield is the first pitch slider. Catches for a called strike, 0-1. Stawicki's average at 231 on the season. Klein's 0-1 on the way. 1-1. One away. Second inning, 3-0. Bases loaded. 1-1-2 Stawicki. And he swings and pops it up. Shallow right field. In fact, right behind first base. Coming over as the second baseman and making the catch. A shade in fair territory for the out is Dominguez, and there are 2 gone. Big second out there for Klein. Has a chance to escape this inning without any further damage. No runs in actually yet this inning. The Spartans have loaded the bases, but now 2 outs, and it'll be up to Trey Armstrong to try to do the job. Armstrong, an RBI ground out his first time up. Beat out, as he takes that one, beat out a potential double play ball with 1 away and the bases loaded that allowed a run to score. Armstrong looking for the big hit here. 1-0. Swings and lifts it into shallow right. Should be playable. And to get it in center field is Kamner. He makes the catch and the inning's over. So the Spartans threaten again in the second, but unable to bring a run across. They leave 3 on base and will move into the third. The Spartans leading 3-0. Bottom of the order, Keefe and Hoban, followed by the leadoff hitter Gulino, due up for Roger Williams when we return. Third inning, Case Western Reserve with a 3-0 lead over Roger Williams. As we begin the third inning of play, Willem Boma, a good start so far. Allowed a pair of hits in the second inning, was helped out by a caught stealing. He's thrown just 23 pitches here through the first 2 innings. We'll face the 8, 9, and 1 hitters. Keefe, Hoban, and Gulino due up. Believe we'll see Keefe for the first time here in the series between the 2 teams. He's 1 for 3 on the year in limited plate appearances. Chopper down the third base side, foul, as Keefe, the designated hitter, swings at the first pitch. And the count goes to 0-1. Keefe in the lineup today, really the guy who was moved out of the lineup was Danny Roth, and I believe the reason why is I think, again, I'm just guessing here, that Roth may be the game 2 starter today for Roger Williams. That's in there for a strike, breaking pitch on the inside portion of the plate. Roger Williams does have a second game today. They'll take on Brevard College. Breaking ball, inside corner, called strike 3. Keefe down looking. Nice pitch there for Boma. His third strikeout of the game.
The Hawks, the shortstop, number 9, Tommy Hoban.
So 1 out now. Tommy Hoban will be the batter. Misses outside, and it's a 1-0 count. Hoban hitting at .222 on the year. Letter high fastball, 1-1. Boma's 1-1 offering. Lift in the air, deep towards center field. Chase Neal back, but he's there. Settles underneath it. And there are 2 gone. Boma doing a good job pitching to contact here today. Needs just 29 pitches to get his first 8 outs of the game. And now back to the top of the order, as Galino will be the batter. First pitch called strike 2 Galino. 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Galino hitting at .375, flew out to center field his first time up on the first pitch of the game. 0-2 offering from Boma. Swung on, ground ball hit up towards short. Lott has it on the move, throws, and in time for the out. And a quick inning, 1-2-3 for Boma. We'll move into the bottom of the third, 3-0. Case Western Reserve with the lead. Bottom of the order, Jarrett, Neal, and Lott when we return. Ethan Klein back out on the mound for Roger Williams to begin his second inning of work and relief as we begin the third here, the bottom of the third. 3-0, Case Western Reserve leading in the bottom of the order. Jarrett, Neal, and Lott 2 up. Klein got into some trouble in his first inning of work, gave up a long fly ball to Rocco Maw, but got an out. Gave up 3 straight base hits after that, but produced a pop out and a fly out to center to end the frame unscathed. See, after getting those last 2 big outs with the bases loaded, if he can settle in a bit, keep his team in this game with the Spartans with a 3-run lead. Jarrett, the batter, was hit with a pitch with 2 strikes back in the first inning. That was against the starting pitcher, Tyler Brett, who lasted just 1 inning, gave up 3 earned runs on 3 hits, 2 walks, and a hit batter. Jarrett squares to bunt, fouls it off, and the count goes to 0-1 on the freshman. Jarrett batting at .200 on the year. That one misses up high for a ball, 1-1. Hard hit ground ball to short. Fielded there, though. And the throw on to first in time to get Jarrett. Good play at short by Hoban. And there's 1 gone. So Klein retires the leadoff hitter. Now Sam Neal will be the batter, hitting at .250 on the season. Drew a walk with the bases loaded his first time up. That brought across a run. His 5th RBI of the season. Facing Klein for the first time. Good change up there. Neal was sitting fastball and flails at that one as the count goes to 0-1. Now the 0-1 on the way. 1-1. Klein up to 25 pitches. Outside, 2-1. Neal with 1 home run on the season. It was an opposite field shot off the foul pole against Oglethorpe. Goes ahead in the count here, 3-1. Hit a home run last season here in Lexington over the wall and right. A guy who's really developed some power as his career has gone on. Takes a cut and foul, tips that one back. Full count, 3-2. You see that a lot with players when they come in to college and you get into a college weight training program, you get into the weight room, and you can really develop some additional power, additional strength. 3-2, lifted in the air, shallow center. Back to get it is the shortstop, Hoban. Still going back, and as he backpedals, reaches up to make the grab for the second out. There are 2 quickly retired here for Klein as he eyes the first 1-2-3 inning of the day for a Roger Williams pitcher. Klein's retired 4 in a row since loading the bases with 1 out in the second. Jake Lott trying to extend the inning further. Grounded out the first pitch he saw to third base to end a 3-run first inning for the Spartans. Called strike on the first pitch, 0-1. Line drive in towards the gap in left center. Coming over but unable to get to it is the left fielder Galino. Big turn at first for Lott, but he'll retreat. A base hit for Jake. And he keeps the inning going with the 7th hit of the game for Case Western Reserve. Now back to the top of the order, and Rocco Maw comes to the plate, and he has taken 2 good hacks today, and right now in one of those grooves where he's on everything. A single in the first inning, and a ball that off the bat I thought was gone in the second. Drove it back to the wall in left field. Slider misses a shade outside. You can see Klein maybe a little wary about throwing Maw that fastball. The 1-0. Runner goes. The ball swung on line drive towards the gap in right center field. It's down for extra bases. Maw turns the corner at first. He'll pull it to second. They'll wave Lott around third. The throw comes in. Will be held by the shortstop. An RBI double for Rocco Maw. And Case Western Reserve now leads by a score of 4-0. With Lott in motion, it allowed him to score from first base. And the Spartans add on a run as Rocco Maw just in one of those grooves at the plate right now. He's in scoring position. A chance to add on another is Jake Ryan, who's 2 for 2 on the day, steps up to the plate. Takes it low for a ball. Top 3 in the order for the Spartans are now 6 for 7 in the game, including a 2 for 2 day for Ryan. Ryan hitting at 289. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball barely misses as the count goes to 2-0. Hitters count here for Ryan. 2-0, 2 outs. Runner in scoring position. Two-0 pitch. And stepping off is Klein. Klein retired the first 2 batters of the inning, but a single and a double brought across a run. Now Ryan a little tardy on the fastball, fouls it off. 2-1. Two-one pitch. Good breaking ball. Might have been a changeup actually that he parked on the outside corner for a strike. 2-2. 2-2, 2 away, runner at second. 4-0 the score. Case Western Reserve leading, trying to add on another run here in the third. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on, ground ball hit towards short. Diving stop made by the shortstop, and that saves a run as Maud dives back into third base. It'll go as a base hit for Ryan. But just preventing that ball from going into the outfield, Hoban saved a run for his team. And now it'll be up to Jake Kusha to try to give Case Western Reserve an added run here. Kusha 2 for 2 on the day.
Baseman for the Spartans, number 19, Jacob Kusha.
Kusha, an RBI single in the first, scored a run as well, singled in the second. Batting for the third time in as many innings, awaits the pitch and takes the fastball on the lower inside corner for a called strike, 0-1. Kusha has the average up to 294 now. The 0-1. Klein delivers. Down and out for a ball, 1-1. Ryan leads off of first. Maw from third. 2 away. The 1-1. Inside, and it hit him. And Kusha will get a base. So that will load them up for Tyler Whippazinski. For his third at-bat of the game, Whippazinski, well, third plate appearance of the game. Whippazinski 1 for 1 with a single and a walk.
The catcher for Case Western Reserve, number 18, Tyler Whippazinski.
And come up here with the bases loaded, 2 away. Whip hitting at 265. And a chance to really put some space between the Spartans and the Hawks. That ball hit in the air, shallow center, going back is the shortstop. Hoban reaches up and makes the catch for the out. And that will end the inning. So the Spartans get one, but leave the bases loaded.
On 3 hits, no errors, and 3 men left on base.
We will move along to the fourth, and Case Western Reserve
Roger Williams.
has a 4-0 lead. 2, 3, and 4 for the Hawks, who trying to get on the board against Boma. Bosco, Jenkins, and Kamner when we return. Fourth inning, Willem Boma on the mound working with a 4-0 lead for Case Western Reserve. Third of 4 games between these two teams. They'll wrap up the series tomorrow at 2 o'clock. First pitch, chasing after with the bunt is Bosco, and he'll get called for a strike, 0-1. Boma just 2 hits allowed through the first 3 innings, and his first career start. The 0-1. Fastball called a strike on the lower inside corner. It's 0-2. Bosco 0 for 1, a fly out to center field in his first at bat. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Another strikeout for Boma. That is 4 in the game. He's retired 4 straight now. 5 straight, actually. And with 1 out, Brandon Jenkins will be the batter. Jenkins 0 for 1. Ground out to first base in his first at bat. He's hitting a 125 on the year. Bowman took a little bit off of that one. It barely misses, and the count goes to 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on, ground ball, hit towards first and through for a base hit. Well, that's one that Stawicki might have had a chance to get. Reaction time was a little slow for him there at first base. And it'll go as a base hit for Jenkins. Third hit of the game for Roger Williams. Bring up Eli Camner. 0 for 1 in the game with a strikeout swinging. Spartans infield shifts into double play depth. Camner pretty quick, will be a tough guy to double up. Kuchar also guarding against a bunted third. We saw Camner reach on a bunt hit yesterday as he takes a called strike on 1. Camner had a bunt hit, I believe, in the first game. Hit a 3-run homer in the second. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Jenkins takes the lead at first. Boma gets the signs from Whippazinski. His 40th pitch of the game on the way. Rocks and delivers. And it's in there, called strike 3. That's what you call sneaking a fastball by someone. Up in the count, 0-2. If you're a hitter, you're thinking, okay, he's going to throw something out of the zone if he comes with a fastball, or maybe he'll try to get an off-speed pitch or a breaking ball in there, get me to reach for something. Well, sometimes when you're going well, you can sneak that fastball right by a hitter. Down low for a ball to Bonavita, who has one of the 3 hits today. Hitting at .750 on the season. Starting his 3rd straight game, the freshman off to a tremendous start to his career. The 1-0 to Bonavita. Called strike. 1-1. Bonavita now 6 for 8. Swung on, ground ball hit to short, should end the inning. Lott has it, flips over to Maw at second. And indeed, the inning is over. So Bonavita retired for a rare time on the series. And we will move along to the bottom of the 4th as the Spartans come back up to hit. No runs on a hit in the frame for Roger Williams. Stawicki, Armstrong, and Jarrett. 5, 6, and 7 for Case Western Reserve when we come back. Certainly a different feel of the game today for both teams as Case Western Reserve early on here with a 4-0 lead. Good pitching effort from Willem Boma, the freshman making his first career start. Bats have been active early and often for Case Western Reserve. They lead 4-0, have left 9 men on base already through the first 3 innings. They left the bases loaded each inning. First pitch, a strike to Benjamin Stawicki, and the count goes to 0-1. Stawicki, 0 for 2 in the game, a strikeout looking and a pop-out. Line drive there. It's a base hit for Stawicki into left field. 10th hit of the game for Case Western Reserve. Well, again, bats have been active here today for the Spartans, but you want to start seeing some more runs come across, too. That 9 men left on base number is one that you have to keep in the back of your mind here. This is a good Roger Williams team. We saw their bats yesterday and how solid they were. And so this one's certainly not over yet, and you hate leaving runners out there. Let's see if the Spartans can capitalize on a leadoff runner here. Is Trey Armstrong to the plate. 0 for 2 on the day with an RBI ground out and a fly out to center. Throw down to first. Stawicki back. Stawicki not a real base running threat down at first. Although he takes a nice lead over there. Not running. Armstrong takes that inside. 2-0. Trey hitting a .233. Has 1 home run. That came in the series against Spalding. 2 doubles. So of his 7 hits now on the year, 3 of them have been for extra bases. 2-0 on the way. In the dirt, 3-0. See what Trey opts to do here. 3-0 if he gets the green light. He doesn't. Taking all the way and takes it for a strike. 3-1. (3-1) on the way. Checks his swing, takes that one on the outside corner for a strike. Full count, 3-2. Let's see with the full count, nobody out, if Stawicki gets an early start. And what was that? Yeah, that's a balk. I'm not sure what the miscommunication was, but that's about as clear of a balk as you'll ever see. Klein started and then stopped. And so that moves the runner up into scoring position at second base. So the count stays full, 3-2. Pitch on the way to Armstrong. Swings, hits it in the air, fouling out of play. 3-2 still. Down and out, ball 4. So Armstrong draws the walk. First and second now with nobody out. Cole Jarrett will be the batter, and let's see if this is a sack bunt situation here for Jarrett. Saw him try to bunt for a base hit his last time up on the first pitch he saw. Cedeno still playing back at third. Let's see if he takes a few steps in here. Yeah, now he's going to inch in. I'm surprised he's not coming in more. I think this is going to be a bunt here for Jarrett. Be surprised if it wasn't. There he goes, pulls it back, and it misses for ball 1, 1-0. One-0 pitch. This time he gets it down nicely down that third baseline. Picked up by Cedeno. The throw gets away. And that'll allow a runner to score. Armstrong held to third. It'll go as a bunt single. And an error allowing the run to score. Perfect bunt by Jarrett. And again, I think, part of the issue there was that Cedeno started so far back, didn't put him in a great position to make the play when it was all said and done, and he threw that one away. So now it's 2nd and 3rd. Still nobody out. 5-0 the score, and a chance for the Spartans to put a hook number up on the board here. Sam Neal at the plate, 0 for 1 with a pop out and a bases loaded walk. Takes the first pitch for a strike, 0-1. 5-0 lead. One and one. Roger Williams pinches in at the corners against Neal. He takes that down low for a ball, 2-1. So the third baseman there, Jenkins, come dashing in towards the line right before the pitch was thrown. They're shifting Neal to pull. Shortstop playing, actually holding the runner on here. But they're shifted way. Second baseman, Dominguez, shifted way towards the right. Pitch misses down low, 3-1. 3 straight pitches out of the strike zone for Klein, who's up to 57 total now in his 3rd inning of relief work. 3-1 on the way. And that one top foul. Full count, 3-2. Still nobody out, still 2 on. Armstrong down at 3rd, Jarrett over at 2nd. Three-two pitch on the way. Line drive, base hit down the line and right. That'll be extra bases for Neal. Both runners were scored. Neal looking around the corner at 2nd, but will stop there with a 2 RBI double, and it's now 7-0 Case Western Reserve. And the Spartans finally looked like breaking this game open after threatening in the previous few innings. The double also makes all the runs scored in the inning earned, including Stawicki's.
For the Spartans, the shortstop, number 1, Jacob Lott.
And Jacob Lott now to the plate. Lott 1 for 2 on the day. A single in his last at bat, hitting at .237. And with Neal dancing off of 2nd and Klein paying attention to him, Lott opts to take a timeout. Step out of the box. First pitch down and out, 1-0. Action beginning in the bullpen for Roger Williams. Believe that's Adam Haars out there. As that ball rocketed towards left field, but Galino there makes the catch. And that will be the first out of the inning. Hard hit ball by Lott, but nothing to show for it. 1 gone. And now Rocco Maud to the plate, and he has hit the ball hard 3 times, twice to the opposite field, a single and a double to right center. Has an RBI, a run scored today. He also has a fly ball to deep left field, sending it all the way back to the wall where the catch was made by Galino. His average up to .343 on the season to lead all Case Western Reserve players. And a chance to add on to the team's lead, already 7-0, with a base hit here and Neal on at 2nd. Neal will run. No, he fakes the go, now dives back towards 2nd, and is fortunate that the throw came to the first base side of the bag, as he was well off and a good throw would have gotten him. Count goes to 1-0 on Ma at the plate. Now the 1-0. breaking ball, and that had Ma a bit off balance. He looked like he was sitting fastball, and although that was a pitch to hit, early in the count here was, again, sitting fastball and not enough time to adjust. 1-1. That one lined softly over to third, excuse me. And the third baseman, Cedeno, reached up with his bare hand, almost made a grab on it. Instead, it lands in foul territory. And the count goes to 1-2. One and two, one away, runner at second. Ma at the plate, Neal over the runner at second. Pickoff attempt down to try to get Neal, who dives back in plenty of time. One-two pitch. Klein steps off. Now the 1-2. Outside, 2-2. Three in the first, one in the third, three in here in the fourth. And the Spartans leading 7-0. Inside, and it hit him. And so Ma hit by a two-strike pitch. First and second. A lot of hit batters so far between these two teams, in particular Case Western Reserve batters getting hit. And I think it's a combination of two things. First of all, a lot of the Spartans hitters are right on top of the plate, and Roger Williams has not been shy about pitching inside. And the result of that has been a number of hit batters. We saw that yesterday, and so far in today's game, I believe 2 more. Maybe 3 more. Yeah, that is the third hit batter. First pitch down low to Jake Ryan. He has 3 hits in the game. His average back over 300 to 308 after starting the day at 250. 1-0. Hits that in the air, deep towards left center field, but going back, still going back, diving and unable to make the catch at the warning track. Coming around third and coming in to score is Neal. Ma had a hold up, and so it goes as a long single for Ryan, but an RBI base hit. And the score now is 8-0. Well, that one just kept traveling. And no one was able to get to it. Ma had a hold up. And so it's first and second, one away for Kusha. Kusha hitting a .294, 2 for 2 with 2 singles and a hit by pitch. 4 hits, by the way, now in the game. All base hits for Ryan. The 0-1 to Kusha. Lifted in the air, foul and out of play, 0-2. Kusha out of Strongsville, Ohio. Went to St. Ignatius High School. Right in the Cleveland area. School that produces a lot of really talented athletes. 0-2, runner goes. The pitch swung on into the gap in center field. It's down for a base hit. Ma will come around to score. Ryan stops at second. An RBI single for Kusha, who's now 3 for 3 on the day with a pair of RBIs, and it's 9-0. And that's going to be it for Klein. Klein with 6 runs allowed in 2 1/3 innings of relief on 11 hits. Still 2 runners out there, his responsibility, and we're in the 4th. The 9th batter of the inning coming up, Tyler Wipazinski, and he'll face a new pitcher when we come back. Collegiate debut for left-handed pitcher Adam Hars, who comes into the game with his team trailing 9-0. 1 out in the inning. 2 runners out there still on the record of the previous pitcher, Ethan Klein, with 1 out. And Tyler Wipazinski will be the batter. Wipazinski 1 for 2 on the day, a walk, a single, and a pop out to short. First pitch from the lefty Hars misses outside for a ball, and it's 1-0. Hars, a freshman from Manchester, Connecticut, East Catholic High School. His 1-0 to Wipazinski. Swung on line, drive in towards the gap in left center field, and that's a base hit. Getting caught up in between is Kusha, who takes a big turn, but fortunately the throw missed the cutoff man, goes into the infield. Everyone holds up, but Wipazinski gets the base hit. And the 10th batter of the inning for Case Western Reserve will come up to bat.
For the Spartans, first baseman, number 28, Benjamin Stowicki.
It'll be Benjamin Stowicki, 1 for 3 on the day. His 1 hit, a single, and a run scored to lead off this inning. He'll bat here with the bases loaded, and if I'm not mistaken, it's the 3rd time already today Stowicki has come up with the bases loaded. Lines that one into right field. It's a base hit. And that will make it a 10-0 game. Station-to-station baseball there for the Spartans. And it's now 10-0.
The designated hitter for Case Western Reserve, number 3, Trey Armstrong.
Now Trey Armstrong will be the batter. Armstrong looking for his first hit of the game. And is now the only Case Western Reserve player without a hit in this one. Takes the first pitch for a ball, 1-0. Now the 1-0. Down and in, 2-0. Armstrong has reached base. It came earlier this inning, drew a walk, and came around to score a run. Cranks that one foul, 2-1. $10-0 lead for Case Western Reserve. 10 runs on 16 hits. Make it 17. Base hit left field. Kusha will come in to score. An RBI single for Armstrong. Now every player in the Case Western Reserve lineup is hit. And it's now 11-0.
The right fielder for the Spartans, number 23, Cole Jarrett.
Cole Jarrett collected a hit earlier this inning. He's the 12th batter to hit for Case Western Reserve. Takes a called strike, 0-1. It's now 8 hits in the inning, including 5 straight. That's inside. It hits Jarrett. And he'll take a base. And that will bring across another run. $12-0 lead.
The center fielder for Case Western Reserve, number 6, Samuel Neal.
Well, Samuel Neal now coming up. Neal hitting a .265 on the year and started the scoring here in what is now an 8-run inning with a 2 RBI double his last time up. First pitch swinging, fouls it off, 0-1. Nice to have a game like this if you're Case Western Reserve after what was a deflating day yesterday. And if you're a Spartans fan, to get an offensive output like this is certainly encouraging to see the way the team has responded. Up high there, 1-1. One pitch. In the dirt for a ball. Goes all the way to the backstop. All the runners will move up a base. And it's 13-0 as Stowicki comes in to score. Count is at 2-1. And And that ball rocketed in the air deep towards left center field, looking up, and it's out of here. Sam Neal, his team leading second home run of the season, sends it deep over the wall in right center field. And the route is, if it wasn't on before, it's officially on now. 16-0 the score on the 3-run homer by Neal. Well, if there is some pent-up energy after yesterday's 2 games, it's been exerted here on the Roger Williams pitching staff here in Game 3 of the 4-game series. Now Jacob Lott, who's made the only out of the inning so far, a fly out to left on a very hard hit ball his last time up, comes to bat and takes ball 1-0. Ground ball, just foul, 1-1. Now the 1-1 on the way to Lott. He gets underneath one. Out to left. Galino there. Settles underneath it and makes the catch for the out. And so Lott, the only batter for Case Western Reserve to not reach in the inning, makes the second out of the frame. And a streak of 8 straight batters reaching for the Spartans. And now Rocco Ma, who is hit by a pitch and came around to score a run in the inning, steps up to bat. 12 runs across so far here in the 4th. Fastball taken by Ma for a strike, 0-1. Ma hitting at .343. The 15th batter of the inning. In the dirt, 1-1. Up and out, 2-1. Ma 2 for 3 on the day. A single, a double, was hit by a pitch, flew out to left as well. 5th trip to the plate through 4 innings. Been that kind of a day. Cues that one over to first base, should end the frame. Jenkins has it, takes it to the bag himself. And that will end it here, but the Spartans strike big. 12 runs on 9 hits and an error. No men left on base. 5th inning coming up, and it's all Case Western Reserve in this one. 16-0. It'll be Cedeno, Dominguez, and Keith when we return. We'll move along into the 5th inning. All Case Western Reserve 16-0 after a 12-run 4th. Cedeno at the plate. Boma with 43 pitches to start the frame delivers a first pitch strike, 0-1. Well, if you're Bowman now, the name of the game is throwing strikes. Get through this game in as few pitches as possible. Chopper over to third. Kusha there. Throw on to first in time for the out, and there's one gone as Cedeno is retired. So one gone. We do have a defensive change here for Case Western Reserve as Wipazinski will get a couple of innings to rest his legs. Jake Ryan moves from left field to behind home plate. And Jacob Pestel will take over in left. First pitch misses for a ball, 1-0. Fouled off by Dominguez, 1-1. Apologies, my computer is frozen again here, so if you're looking for the count at the bottom of the scoreboard there, it'll take a second for me to get it back up. The 1-1. Called strike, 1-2. A little low there, but with the score 16-0, don't be surprised if the home plate umpire is encouraging of some swings here. 2-2 as that misses. Two. Dominguez fouls that off. 50th pitch of the game there for Boma. Dominguez struck out swinging in his first at bat of the game. That back in the second. Hard hit ground ball to short. And takes a hop past Lott and into center field. That'll be a base hit. Well, Lott might have played that one a bit into a single. He tried to settle up alongside that one and kind of throw on the run. We see him do it a lot. But the ball took a bad hop, bounced right over his glove, and into center field for a base hit. 4th hit of the game against Boma. Batter now is Noah Keefe, who fouls it back, 0-1. Keefe struck out looking in his first at bat against Boma. Glance over to first for Boma. Now to the plate. Swing and a miss at the changeup, 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Boma continuing to deal, gets another strikeout. That's 6 through 4 2/3. And there are 2 gone here in the bottom of the 5th. Pardon me, the top of the 5th. Now the 9-hitter Tommy Hoban coming to the plate. Hoban takes the first pitch for a strike. He flew out to center his first time up. Now the 0-1. Slider for a strike, 0-2. And Boma looking for the quick inning. In the dirt. Blocked by Ryan. Stays in front of him, and he's able to find it without the runner advancing. Boma trying to work around a one-out single. 9-hitter at the plate. Hoban swings and grounds that one over to short. Lott has it that time. Flips over to second base. And gets the out. That'll end the inning. We'll move along into the bottom of the 5th. Case Western Reserve on top, 16-0. Bottom of the fifth, 16-0. Spartans leading. 15 batters went to the plate as Case Western Reserve scored 12 in the fourth. Ryan, Kusha, and Pestle due up here in the fifth. Ryan working on a 4-for-4 day, 4 singles, and we're only in the fifth inning.
The catcher for Case Western Reserve, number 26, Jake Ryan.
You know things are going well when you have 4 hits through 4 innings of play. 1 hit in each inning of the game so far as he comes to bat here in the fifth. Make that 5 for 5. Drops one in left field for a base hit. Big turn at first, but no reason to go anywhere. And Jake Ryan, 5 hits and 5 at-bats through 5 innings. When do you ever see that? That is a rarity.
The Spartans third baseman, number 19, Jacob Kusha.
Meanwhile, we do have a new pitcher on the mound. This will be Brett Gauvin who takes over, a lefty. Gauvin making his season debut. As Jake Kusha, who has 3 hits and 3 at-bats, along with a hit by pitch, I should say. Takes a called strike to start things off. Get you some information on Gauvin here. So that's up high, 1-1. Gauvin, a sophomore from Norton, Massachusetts. Fouled off and out of play. 1-2. Gauvin last season made 3 appearances, went 0-2 with a 7.71 ERA as a freshman. Pitched 2 1/3 total innings as Kusha rockets that through the left side for a base hit. 20th hit of the game for the Spartans. So the Spartans continue to add on here. Big day at the plate. Now looking to join the party is Jacob Pestle, who came into the game last inning as a defensive replacement. As Jake Ryan moved behind the plate, Pestle took over and left. Fouls back the first pitch. Pestle hitting a 167 on the year. You know, the interesting thing about Ryan and the day he's having, he's 5 for 5 now through 5 innings. Typically, you see guys in a game like this will get a little bit of rest. That's a called strike, 0-2. So you may not see them go the full 9 innings, and we are playing without a run rule in this, so we're going 9 innings in this game. Why Ryan will probably not get a rest here is because he's moved behind home plate. Pestle rockets that one deep towards left field, sending Gulino back, and he makes the catch on the run. Hard hit baseball with 2 strikes by Pestle, but the catch made and left, and there's 1 away in the inning.
The Spartans first baseman, number 28, Benjamin Stawicki.
So I'll bring up Benjamin Stawicki for his 3rd at bat in the last 2 innings. 2 for 4 overall in the day. He singled twice and scored 2 runs in the 4th. Checks his swing at a breaking ball for a called strike, 0-1. But for Ryan, the reason why he may stay in this game for the long haul is because he's catching now. The Spartans really only have 1 catcher left on their roster, and that's Sam Nally. Swing and a miss, 0-2. And so Ryan will probably have to stay in this game. That ball lifted in the air down the line in right, coming over and making the catch in fair territory for the out is Bonavita. Tagging and moving up to 3rd on the play is Ryan. Kusha stays at 1st. So runners on the corners now with 2 away.
The designated hitter.
And Trey Armstrong will come to the plate. Armstrong reached base twice in the 4th on a walk and a single. Scored 2 runs. He's driven in 2 today. And is 1 for 3 overall. Taken outside for a ball, 1-0. Softly hit down the third base side, foul, 1-1. Big day at the plate for the Spartans. They've scored 16 runs on 20 hits. We're only in the bottom of the fifth. 2 outs, runners on the corners, 1-1 pitch to Armstrong. Takes in the dirt, 2-1. Goff in the fourth pitcher of the game for Roger Williams. Falls behind now, 3-1. 3-1 pitch. Foul tip back. Full count, 3-2. So the 2 outs. Kusha will get the early start from first base here with a full count and 2 away. Ryan will have to hold at third. Calvin is coming throwing strikes. 12 of his first 16 in the zone. The 3-2. Up high, ball 4. So he issues the walk. And now Cole Jarrett will come to the plate with the bases loaded and 2 away.
Right fielder for the Spartans, number 23, Cole Jarrett.
Jarrett has been on base 3 times today. He's been hit by 2 pitches, also singled. He's scored 2 runs. Driven in 1 the last time he was hit by a pitch as that ball in the dirt rolls away from the catcher. In a closer game, you may have seen Ryan try to be a bit more aggressive on that, but with a 16-run lead, you can hold your ground at third. No need to try to force the issue. The 1-0 to Jarrett. Swung on, ground ball hit towards third. Cedeno picks it up, throws, and just a step ahead of Jarrett to get the out and end the inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. The Spartans lead the bases loaded for the 4th time through 5 innings today, but they lead 16-0. Top of the order for Roger Williams when we come back. Galino, Bosco, and Jenkins due up when we return. Welcome back once again. Some changes for the Spartans as Joey Galino stands in, takes a called first strike. Nick Solito takes over in right field. He'll hit for Sam Neal, and Cole Jarrett slides over to center. And we have a new pitcher on the mound. That's Noah Murley. After getting ahead in the count 0-1, induces a pop out to second base. as Murley, who will be making his collegiate debut on the mound after serving as a position player for the first 2 years, exclusively as a position player for the first 2 years of his career. This is just inside there, and the count goes to 1-0. This will be Chris Bosco. So the day is done for Willem Boma, not because of ineffectiveness or overuse by any means. The count goes to 2-0. But with the game well in hand, you get to preserve some pitching here. Swing and a miss, 2-1. And we get to see Noah Murley for the first time, see what he has to offer. Boy, he likes to work quick. And he hits Bosco on the inner portion of the plate. And that will be a base runner. Final line on Boma, 5 innings, 4 hits, 6 strikeouts, no walks, no runs, through just 58 pitches in the first start of his career. And is in line for the win, which would put him at 2-0 on the season. Bosco leading off from first. Jenkins, the batter, takes the pitch outside for a ball, 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Inside, 2-0. Well, if you're Murley here, just want to throw strikes. That one struck into the Spartans' bullpen down the right field line, 2-1. Good opportunity here for Murley to get his feet wet in the pitching world as that one grounded softly over to short. Only play is going to be at first, and Lott overruns it. Well, yeah, I had to hurry on that one, but if he fields it cleanly, he should have a play at first, and that'll be an error on Lott at short. Bosco moves all the way up to third, so it's first and third now with one away. Now Eli Kamner will come to the plate. Kamner 0 for 2, a pair of strikeouts. He's certainly happy to see Boma out of the game. First pitch misses in, 1-0 to Kamner, who's batting at .353 on the season. Foul tip back, 1-1. 16-0 the score. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Spartans all over Roger Williams. The 1-1. 2-1. That one hit softly back to the mound. Murley has it, flips on to first for the out. And retires the batter. A run does come in to score, much to the delight of the Roger Williams fans in attendance. It will be an RBI ground out.
The right fielder for Roger Williams, number 16, Ben Bonavita.
An unearned run as well. And that'll bring up Ben Bonavita with 2 outs and a runner at second. Bonavita 1 for 2 today. Takes the first pitch outside for a ball, 1-0. The 1 for 2 has sent his batting average plummeting to .667. Called strike, 1-1. And came into the game hitting at 714. Got a base hit in his first at bat, raising his average to 740. Fouls that one off, and the count goes to 1-2. Murley a strike away from getting through his first collegiate inning on the mound. The 1-2 offering. Popped up, fouling out of play. Count stays at 1-2. 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. First career strikeout for Noah Murley. No run, one run, on no hits, an unearned run. An run comes across to make it 16-1. And we'll move along into the 6th. It's Salido, Lott, and Ma due up. 8-9-1 in the order when we return. Welcome back. Handful of defensive changes here for Roger Williams. I'll tell you about those here in a second as Nick Salido gets his first at bat of the game. Takes a called strike from Galvin, and the count goes to 0-1. 0-1 offering on the way from Galvin, who begins his second inning of work. George Summers doing the catching now. 0-2 the count, as Bosco will get a little bit of a break. James Jackson takes over at third base. Eddie Jackson assumes the duties over at second as Salido grounds that one to third, backhanded and past the bag, and it'll be an infield single for Salido. And there's a runner on the 21st hit of the game for the Spartans. And Jake Lott coming up to bat. Garrett going into the game as well. He'll take over in left field. Not exactly sure where all these guys are hitting. Hopefully they just assume the spots in the order of the person that they took over for. It'll certainly make our lives a lot easier up here as we try to decipher that. Meanwhile, Lott to the plate, 1 for 4 on the day with a couple of flyouts, a base hit, and a ground out. 1-1 count. Hitting at 225 on the season. Lott awaits the 1-1. Breaking ball, little outside, 2-1. 16-1 the score. Bottom of the 6th inning. Spartans have led pretty much from the start of this one. Just a better day all around. The Spartans, who hit pretty well yesterday, ramped it up to a new level in this one today. And after a pretty horrific day on the mound all throughout for Case Western Reserve, with a few exceptions, have gotten some really good pitching here today from Willem Boma and now Noah Murley. Pitch fouled away. It's a 3-2 count. Full count, nobody out. To Lott, who takes it down low, ball 4. Back to the top of the order now. Rocco Ma will be the batter. Ma 2 for 4 in this one, the preseason All-America first team selection. Singled, flew out to deep left field, doubled, was hit by a pitch and grounded out to first. 2 on to start the inning. Salino at second, Lott at first. Maul rockets that one deep towards center field, but playable. Back to get it, reaching up to make the grab is Kamner. And Maul retired. And that will now bring up Jake Ryan to the plate, who's working on a 5-for-5 day. 5 base hits, 2 runs scored, 1 RBI.
The catcher for the Spartans, number 26, Jake Ryan.
Looking for his 6th hit of the game, which would match a program record. And again, trying for 6 hits in 6 innings. In the dirt for a ball, rolls away on the wild pitch. Both runners move up a station. And the count goes to 1-0. Ground ball, third base, through for a base hit. His 6th of the game. 1 run in to score. An RBI single for Ryan. He has 6 hits today, and the Spartans now lead 17-1. A rocket through the left side of the infield.
The third baseman for Case Western Reserve, number 19, Jacob Kusha.
What a day for Jake Ryan at the plate, and maybe still more to come. 6 hits in 6 innings. Now with the lead at 17-1, first and third, 1 away, and Jacob Kusha, who has 4 hits in the game, takes a called strike on 1. Kusha has his average up to 333. The 0-1. Breaking ball, called strike, 0-2. Hit softly towards short. Gonna have to hurry. Hoban's throw. Not in time. Infield base hit for Kusha. Coming in to score on the play is Lott. And it's now 18-1.
The left fielder for Case Western Reserve, number 5, Jacob Pestle.
So Pestle now in. He's only on his 2nd at bat of the game, but of the 11 Spartan hitters who've gotten at bat today, foul tips that one back. He's the only one to not get a base hit. 23 hits now for the Spartans. Pestle rockets that one deep towards the line in left, but foul. Boy, he has hit 2 balls hard today with nothing to show for it. Got a pretty good piece of that one turning on a pitch, but sending it foul. And then in his previous at-bat, flew out to left field on a ball hit deep to left that Gulino was able to track down. 0-2, Gauvin. Ready to deliver the 0-2 pitch. Ground ball, and there's a hit for Pestle. Into left field. Ryan pulls up at third, and that will load the bases with 1 away. And we will get another substitution here as Casey McConaughey will check into the game for Ben Stawicki. And likely will stay in the game to play first. Nathan Shapiro has come out on deck for Trey Armstrong. So Matt Englander is starting to clear his bench a little bit more here. McConaughey hitting at 308 on the season. He was the starting pitcher in Game 2 yesterday, and so he didn't get an at-bat. He did play first base in the 9th inning of the first game. Bases loaded, 1 away, 18-1 the score. Pitch to McConaughey is in the dirt for a ball. 1-0. Two and 0. That ball lifted in the air, center field, making the catch, tagging and coming in to score, and a sacrifice fly is Ryan. Good job in center by Camner to get that in quickly, but hit deep enough. Ryan comes across, RBI, sacrifice fly from McConaughey, and it's 19-1. 2 outs now in the inning. And we'll get another pinch hitter here as Nathan Shapiro takes his first bat of the game for Trey Armstrong.
Now batting for the Spartans, number 20, Nathan Shapiro.
Shapiro was probably going to see some time in the game yesterday after he had his first career home run in a start against Oglethorpe in the first inning of Game 2 of that series. The count goes to 1-0. But was hit with a ball during batting practice, has a pretty good black eye to show for it, and missed the game yesterday. Shapiro fouls that one back, took a big hack at that. The count goes to 1-1. But the freshman, a really good, talented young player for this team. We saw him come into the game and play some third base after Rocco Ma was injured during the Allegheny doubleheader. Probably a guy who we'll see in the lineup starting next year when some of the positions that are occupied by seniors open in front of him. It's down low for a ball, 2-1. That being said, if he can hit, he'll find his way into this lineup, whether it's maybe at first, maybe a little in the outfield, maybe at some at DH. Swung on, hit softly back to the pitcher. Gauvin has it. Underhanded flip to first in time for the out, and that ends the inning for the Spartans. Add on 3 more runs on 4 hits, including the 6th hit through 6 innings for Jake Ryan. We will move along into the top of the 7th in case Western Reserve leads 19-1. Welcome back as James Jackson set to lead things off against Noah Murley. Jackson will get his first at bat of the game after coming in last inning. Swings and fouls off the first pitch, 0-1. Jackson, a freshman of Seekonk, Massachusetts. Swung on and fouled back, 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch. And it hit him. Oh, no, it said it went off his bat. Maybe the nub of the bat there. So that's a foul ball, 0-2 still. So Jackson stays alive. Here's the 0-2. Little outside, 1-2 the count. Noah Murley begins his second inning of work. Has a new first baseman out there. Casey McConaughey staying in. Ground ball hit foul. 1-2 still. (19-1) the score. 24 hits, including 6 for Jake Ryan, all singles. And he went around, strike 3. Second straight strikeout for Noah Murley. Batter now will be Eddie Jackson, who came in as a defensive replacement last inning, playing second base for Roger Williams. Jackson looking for his first hit of the year. Foul tip back, 0-1. That one slipped out of Murley's hand, misses outside, 1-1. Down and in, 2-1. Foul back, 2-2. Gotta imagine this will be Murley's game to finish out here. 2-2. Outside, 3-2. Matt Englander would love to get through this game without having to use another arm out of that bullpen. 3-2 on the way. Line drive, center field. Jarrett there. 2 away. So 2 gone, and we'll get a pinch hitter. It'll be Justin Stone, the outfielder. He'll hit for Noah Keefe in the DH spot. First at bat of the year for Stone. The junior out of Blackstone, Massachusetts. 5'8" junior. Right-handed hitter. First pitch inside, ball 1. In the air, center field, sending Jarrett back, still going back, reaching out behind his head, and he makes a nice grab with his back to home plate. And that'll end the inning. Long fly ball, but Jarrett tracks it down. He'll lead off the next inning for Case Western Reserve. Jarrett, Salito, and Lott when we return. And ladies and gentlemen, I believe that will actually be it. It looks like they're going to call it a game at 19-1 here. So the mercy rule is in effect, and Case Western Reserve comes away with a 19-1 win. The final score. Let's go ahead and get you the wrap-up here. Roger Williams on the season will drop to 3-2. Case Western Reserve improves to 5-5. Winning pitcher is Willem Boma. He improves to 2-0. No save in the 18-run game. The loss will go to the starter, Tyler Brett, who drops to 0-1. Today's game lasted 2 hours and 15 minutes, and attendance here was 115. Want to thank everyone once again for joining us. A reminder that we will have video coverage of the second game of the day, as Roger Williams will take on Brevard. That game's scheduled, I believe, for a 6 o'clock start. I'm not sure if they'll begin that one early. Either way, we'll have video coverage of it here. Again, thank you for joining us. Final score, 19-1. Case Western Reserve with the win.